Hi, I'm Dr. Andres Schroeder from the Smart Place Smilealizer. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about crowns and bridges. So we told you need a crown. Well, a lot of people know crowns as caps. So imagine that it's a little helmet we put on your tooth to help protect it. There's a number of reasons why we recommend a crown over a filling. It could be that the existing filling is so big that we don't have any tooth to hold on to. It could be that you have cracks on your tooth. It might well be that you had a root canal treatment done on the tooth and we need to somehow protect the little tooth underneath. So a crown, it sits on top of your tooth and it helps bind the tooth together, strengthen the top of the tooth so you can chew on it with the same amount of pressure that you would put on a healthy tooth. There are lots of different types of crowns that we can use. You could have a traditional gold crown, you can have a porcelain crown, you can even have a crown made out of filling or a crown made out of stainless steel. So each clinical situation that we face requires a different type of material. And this is something we'll talk to you thoroughly. So the difference between a crown and a bridge, it's very simple. Crown is only one single tooth. A bridge, it might be 2 teeth, 3 teeth, or a number of teeth. So we're connecting teeth together to replace multiple missing teeth. The procedure itself is the same, but it takes us a little bit longer since we'll be working on multiple teeth at the same time. But we still need to shape the teeth in a specific way. We still need to make some temporary teeth to protect them. We still need to take an impression or a 3D scan, send it to the lab so that the bridge can be made. So the procedure can take anywhere from an hour to maybe a couple of hours. So it depends on the tooth we're working on, the type of crown we're preparing, and whether we need to do any additional work around the gums or help strengthen the tooth. So we start by numbing up a tooth we're working on. We then take a quick impression of that tooth that will help us later on make a temporary tooth or a provisional tooth. We then start working on that tooth and we shape it to a very specific shape that allows for the crown to be built and allows enough thickness of the material all around the tooth. Once we get that done, we make a decision whether we need to take another impression of a tooth, maybe even a 3D scan of a tooth. Once we have that, we send it off to the lab, we make a little temporary tooth, and that gets placed on top of your own tooth. So that protects your tooth between the appointments. Now, there are occasions where we book you in for a longer visit, and we actually make the crown here on the spot. So that's using our CAD/CAM or 3D system. And we'll be talking to you about this if your case, if your tooth is suitable for this type of treatment. Otherwise, traditionally, we'll need 2 visits for each crown we place on a tooth. So a crown, like I said before, is a little cap and it can be made of a variety of materials. Sits on top of a tooth permanently, so it's bonded to your tooth with a permanent cement. It doesn't come off. You will feel it feels like a real tooth. You brush, you floss it like a normal tooth. So we finish the first visit by putting a temporary crown on your tooth, and that's what will protect your tooth for the next couple of weeks while the lab is making a permanent crown. Now for your second visit, all we need to do really is to remove that temporary, clean your tooth, try the new crown, make sure it fits on your bite, fits in between the teeth, and then we can use the permanent cement to bond the crown onto your tooth. So it's a very straightforward process. Usually takes anywhere between half an hour to an hour. We don't always have to numb up the tooth. And once the crown is put in, we check, make sure that your bite still feels okay. We'll talk a little bit about flossing and brushing around the crown, but it really should feel like any other tooth. So if you have any questions about crowns, please give us a call, let us know, we'll be more than happy to help.